I think it'll do a burnout just fine. Holy crap.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I had a great intro for you guys. We pulled the motor out of the crate over there that it came in, explained a bunch of stuff, had a good, I don't know, 6-7 minutes, and the GoPro decided it wanted to format through the middle of all that, and when it formats, or when it needs to format, it deletes all the files on the SD card and you lose everything. So I ended up throwing that SD card in the trash, picking up the other GoPro, and gonna have to start over again. So right now we are almost done with putting the motor in the 69 Camaro. Update you guys who are new to the channel. This is a 69 ZL1 clone that we race in the Fast Series. You guys have seen a bunch of videos on it. Got the motor freshened up from BES. They actually sent it to us. It's probably close to a month now. It's been sitting in that box over there and just waiting for us to get some time to work on it. So finally getting the thing in, and like I said, I had a bunch of cool footage of unpackaging it and everything, and it's all gone now. So bring you guys up to speed. This is a 560 cubic inch all aluminum big black Chevy built by Tony Bischoff at BES. This year we upped the compression. It's got enough compression that it should run on diesel fuel. Different camshaft. He played around with camshafts a little bit, got it to breathe a little bit better with the exhaust manifolds. And let's see what other changes. We've got a different first gear in the transmission. We had a 220 first gear in it. Gonna go with something a little bit different this year. Gonna take a huge swing at it, and we're gonna put a 180 first gear in it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but we're gonna try. This thing makes way too much power on the little tires. And that's one of the many things I want to try to get it to go down the racetrack. The other things I want to try, I haven't even begun to work on those yet, but we're going to get pretty crazy with it and see if we can't do some things that I don't think have ever been done before and see if they'll work. This video is all about getting the motor in it, which obviously is already done. We'll get it on the dyno in the back room and start tuning on this thing. They did have it on their engine dyno at BES, and this thing made 906 horsepower to the crank through the exhaust manifolds. I got a little bit of footage off a different GoPro of putting this thing in, so I don't have the entire engine install, but I'll throw those in here. I'm gonna button this thing up and get over to the dyno. Alright, engine is in. I just took it for a test drive, and that first gear feels pretty funky, but hopefully it'll work on the racetrack. Ryan is bolting the dyno on. I'm gonna pull up last year's pull, the last pull we made, which was actually pretty cold out last time we did it, so I don't know if those numbers will compare to today's numbers, but I believe it made like 730 or something like that. So I'm gonna pull those up, show you guys those, and then hopefully we'll have this thing ready to go and make a pull. All right, so last year off of the racetrack, we made 679. That's when we went the I got it up here. I believe we went 971. We put the car on the dyno before we went to MIR, and we picked up some power. That's when we went making 723 right away, and then we snaked out a little more power out of it and made 734. So that's what we raced at MIR last year, and that's what it went. The 952 is with right around 730 horsepower. So hopefully maybe a little bit more power than that, but like I said, when we dynoed it and it made 734, it was in the middle of heck, that was November, I believe, so it was pretty cold out right now. It's about 70 degrees in here, so we're gonna let this thing cool off. We just got it loaded on the dyno and make a pull. Fat. 11.9, 12.0.
Put the last one next to this one. Let's see what it's doing up here. See if it's falling off.
Did you turn the vacuum pump on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still got a vibration.
Yeah, it's a rear end.
Yeah, it's the exact same, really.
Then that's not what it showed on the dyno. So let's jet it down and
It was a little fast, so let's jet it. See what happens. Maybe make a difference. What did it make before? 727?
yeah, 727.
729. It was 13.0.
Where's my phone? See if Richie texts me back yet. My phone.
We never ran at 13.0 last year. That's pretty lean. It was always about 12.7, 12.5. You know what it was then? 13.5 it tickled. I almost lifted my foot off the gas.
That's what it likes. I bet you that's where he tuned it on the dyno.
Your car seems to run good at like 13.2, 13.3. Yeah. This has always been super fat. Yeah, it tickled 13.5. I almost lifted.
Well, I saw it. It was up the whole way. Put the last one on there. I mean, it was up from the pump shot all the way to the yellow light. You forgot to say action. You know, you're holding the camera. At least you could say it's action when we're getting ready. Can't even hire a good damn cameraman.
I guess not. I thought the action was the starter.
No, you're supposed to yell action.
Oh.
Or take scene 42 or whatever we're doing. This should have been take dyno scene 3 because it's the third one, but you can't get it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Good help's hard to find.
Shaking my head.
Need a 19-year-old in here.
Yeah.
19-year-old girl. This is third pull.
I think you just leave it alone now. I think it's where it needs to be.
She's ready to go Hemi hunting.
Yeah.
Sports car hunting.
It's still falling over early. Still gonna need shifted $7,000.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it was though. It's just 8 horsepower more.
No, this was the last year. Just what's weird is last year made a little more, just a tiny bit more peak.
But that's what's different.
Yeah.
You can't compare that. You need to put that 680 up there.
All right, guys. Well, here's what we ended up making. 737. She's gonna need a little more tuning. I still haven't found that last pull. I pulled 3 degrees out of it, and the air fuel went to like, it was like 13.3, and then right at the end it shot up to 13.5. So it's gonna need some fuel adjustments. It's gonna need some timing adjustments, but I think we can bring this up to an easy 740, 745. Just gonna need some tuning and stuff. This thing came right off the engine dyno and went right in the car. We used their tune-up off the dyno to pretty much as a base run. But these things are need treated totally different than just your normal engine and coming right off the dyno going into a car. I mean, we put this nasty non-flowing air cleaner on it, which sucks fresh air from the cowl induction hood, but I mean, it's definitely not as nice as like, you know, a 4-inch tall K&N or something like that. Then we put a full 2.5-inch exhaust all the way out the back, which definitely kills power too. So really, just because it made a certain amount on the dyno, doesn't mean, you know, that it's gonna equate to something to the engine dyno, because these cars are just so much more different than your normal cars. There's where we were most of last year, so 678, and here's where we are right now, 737. So yeah, there is a track rental coming up. Hopefully we get this thing together and get to the track. I did order a rear end for it because this rear end is actually, I think it's bent. This thing's always had a bad vibration. We've changed transmissions many times, more times than we care to talk about. Had the engine freshened up. Bearings looked awesome in the engine, so it's not the engine, which leaves the rear end. Heck, the rear end's been in this thing for at least 20 years, since my dad put the thing together in the early 2000s. So there's got to be something going on with the rear end. It might have a bent axle or something like that. It's got a bad vibration at the top end of the racetrack. So rear end's not going to be here for a while. I hope they started on it. Ended up getting disc brakes for the rear instead of the drums. And then we're going to get a matching set of discs. They're a little bit lighter. This thing got Willwoods on it. Hopefully this new brake setup is a little bit lighter than the Willwoods. And this thing actually amazingly stops like perfect with the drum brakes on the back. I don't know why it stops so good, but it does. And let's see, other changes we're gonna make. Like I said in the beginning of the video, before we go to NMCA, I gotta finish off the cage, make it a 10-point cage, and a window net, make it legal for 850. Hopefully we will go to that track rental, take the camera with us, get some good data, see if we like this first gear or not. But that's going to wrap it up for today. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Plenty more of this stuff coming because, yeah, season is almost started. And we got this thing. We plan to race a bunch. I had planned on racing that a bunch, but obviously it doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. Ryan, he's been kind of working. Really can't see what he's done. He's been doing a lot of wiring. So hopefully I have that thing done here pretty soon. 66 is getting a paint job. Not gonna tell you why, because it's kind of a long story, but it's getting painted. And then we got a customer car over there that we're working on. But race season's almost here, so we're gonna be pumping out a lot of videos for you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.